St. Mary Netherton Daily Chronicle, Evening Edition, March 1st, 1926. Good evening, dear listeners. Edmund Pruitt addressing you as the village clock strikes 6 on this Monday, which has brought our village into March with developments both practical and rather novel. The day unfolded beneath the gathering cloud Mr. Higgins anticipated, with the high overcast arriving during the late morning and holding through the afternoon, the hours settling into what Mrs. Pemberton describes as the sort of Monday that settles over the garden without making demands, when the light through the clouds is gentle enough to coax one outdoors, yet soft enough to forgive a preference for the fireside. The tea room's Welsh cakes drew appreciative Monday custom, with several patrons remarking that the sweet butter complemented the griddle-fresh warmth most agreeably. Mrs. Hartley reports that the afternoon trade brought an unusual request from young Master Edmund Willoughby, who inquired whether the griddle method might be applied to other batter-based preparations, a question that prompted what Mrs. Hartley describes as a surprisingly detailed discussion of heat transfer with a boy of 8, who departed apparently satisfied that certain matters of culinary science had been adequately addressed. An item of considerable fascination occupied the pavement outside the post office for much of the afternoon. Miss Lottie Paddington, returned from a city excursion, appeared this morning wearing a raincoat fitted with what she describes as a zipper, a revolutionary fastening mechanism of interlocking metal teeth that opens and closes by means of a small sliding device. The garment drew immediate interest from residents conducting their Monday business, and Miss Paddington obligingly demonstrated the apparatus no fewer than 14 times to an audience whose expressions ranged from delighted astonishment to thoughtful consideration of the mechanism's practical applications. Miss Twig examined the fastener with evident interest, noting that such a device might spare considerable time for garments requiring rapid closure without the fuss of buttons or hooks. Farmer Carter, passing by, remarked that he's had a tobacco pouch with the same sort of fastener for some years now. He just never thought to mention it. Mrs. Barnes's leghorn hen produced its afternoon egg at 2:15, which Dr. Peterson regards as a promising start to March from a bird whose consistency across calendar months suggests an admirable indifference to human systems of timekeeping. The Women's Institute time capsule received its final contributions this afternoon before a gathering of residents at the parish hall. Mrs. Hargrove presided over the sealing of the tin box shortly before 5 o'clock, after which the assembled company walked together to the young oak at the eastern corner of the village green, where the box was placed into the prepared ground with brief words from the Reverend Holloway marking the occasion. That concludes our evening report. This is Edmund Pruitt bidding you good night from St. Mary Netherton, where Monday yields to evening and the first day of March finds its rest.